Hey gamers, today we're going to review Lions of Lydia. Let's check it out. As most games go, setup for this is easy. What you're going to do is each player is going to get their own little player board here. They're going to put their resource markers at the 0 track here, the little column marker at 3 there. They're also going to get one of these starting cards. You can tell by the banner here, there's one for each player there. And you'll start with the 2 resources on top, not that side showing. You'll start on this side here. After that, you'll place a gold meeple right here on the next track of the column track here. There's a little outline for where you put that gold meeple. You're going to shuffle these cards and put out 1 gold card in each one of the 4 areas here, 2 purple cards in each one of the 4 areas, and 3 silver cards in each one of those areas. For each one of the gold cards, you're also going to put a little gold meeple on top of them. You're going to put the fountain in the middle, 1 of each color in the middle, and then the 4 gates matching their colors, and then 4 random meeples. The only rule is the meeple color cannot match the gate. Every player starts with 4, 1 of each colored meeple in their bag, so 4 meeples total, and they are ready to play the game. You'll have your coins kind of over to the side here. This game is very simple to play. What you're going to do is the first player is going to draw into their bag blindly, pick the meeple, and then make one of 2 choices. The first choice is to go to one of these gates and collect rewards. So for example, if the yellow meeple went here, what he would get is 2 of the yellow resource and 1 of the blue resource. So I get 2 yellow, 1 blue. Now, if another player picked and they had blue, they would go over here maybe and get 2 blue and 2 yellow. Now, once you have 2 of the same meeple, though, in that area, you'll have to move them both down toward the fountain. And, of course, at the end of every turn, you pick any color meeple you want from the fountain and place it right back in your bag, even if you played inside the fountain. What would inside the fountain do? Well, let's say I had a few other resources up here, and I played one of my meeples here, a red. I played him inside the fountain. Now I can buy cards from any one of these 4 areas. I can't pick multiple areas. I have to pick just one area to buy from. So let's say I said this one. Well, what I do is I would look at the cost here at the type and buy as many as I wanted. So if this costs 2 red and 1 yellow, get rid of 2 red, 1 yellow. I couldn't buy anything else here, but if I had some extra coin, I could probably buy this one for 3 coin. You can also upgrade anything. So this says 2 to upgrade. It's 2 to buy, but 2 more to upgrade. But I started with this one, so I get rid of 2, flip it over, and voila. Now, what do these cards tell you? At the bottom, this one says, hey, if ever I put a green meeple by a green gate, I will get an additional green resource. And a lot of these say that. This one says, hey, if you put a red meeple by either one of the red or yellow gates, you will get an extra red resource. And then, of course, that would double once you've updated it. So you definitely want to look at all the upgrades you have. Now, for purple cards, they're just giving you extra victory points and extra resources there. But that's what you're getting with the purple cards. And with the gold cards, you're getting, same thing, kind of iconography is the same. That's big rewards there, 2 of each. If you go to if you put a gold meeple in any one of those gates. Gold meeples, they will count for gold. So for instance, if I put one here, I would get a red resource, a green resource, and then I can exchange all my green resources and cash them in for coins. So I could take my green resource all the way down to 0 and grab coin. What are coin? Well, coin is where you can buy some of these little purple cards, but you can also use coin as a wild resource. So for example, if I needed 2 yellows and a green to buy this, but I only had 1 yellow and 1 green, I could pay a coin, or I could pay all 3 coins here, if I wanted to. So that's an option there too. Another thing when gathering, and of course, once you pick one, once you buy from that area, then you'll take any color meeple and put it back in your bag. You're always going to end your turn with 4 in your bag. How getting to the end of each track does? It does a few things. One of the things you can do when you get to the end of the track, it'll let you upgrade any card that you want, that you have, or you can move up your column track. Now here's the interesting thing, because the player board will tell you, at first you can only get up to 3 cards. If you want to get up to 5 cards in your hand, then you have to upgrade. So you have to reach one of these tracks and upgrade it. This would also unlock your gold meeple, which would start off in the fountain. and of course you probably would most likely pick them up at the end of your turn. If you keep moving up, you can also get some money as well, and then plus hold more cards in your hand. If you get up any further, these are in-game points. You don't score them each time. It's just wherever you end your game, it determines how many victory points you will get. And of course right here it says, hey, if you make it all the way to the top, then for this example, this is the green player, the green resource counts as a wild too, because you're just so good at the game. But that's how upgrades work there. Now, upgrades don't take you back to 0, they're just at 6. Now, if you get any more red and you're at 6, you don't get any more resources. You're definitely going to have to spend or upgrade some cards playing in the center of the fountain there. Now, the game keeps going until you have reached that many upgraded cards. So for 4 players, 6 upgraded cards, or 7 or 8, the lower player count, more upgraded cards. Once someone is upgraded, you'll finish out the round and then add up victory points. Victory points are located at the bottom of each card here, whether it's upgraded or not, on your player board here, and of course any extra coin you have is worth, as you see here, 1 extra victory point. And whoever has the most victory points wins. The game is very simple. There are a bunch of mini add-ons that I'm going to talk about now. The first one is fountains. They're these blue cards. You'll replace one of the, I believe it's silver card with one of these, and you have to, of course, pay the cost to get the fountain. And that means if you put, depending on what card you have here, so for instance, if I ever put a yellow meeple down by the fountain, I would get a coin, or 2 coins if I upgraded it, and extra victory points. So those are just fountain cards, some extra cards you can play in the game. And I should mention there are a ton of extra cards of each one of these, so you'll have different cards each game you play. The second type of upgrade or mini expansion, you can play with several of these if you want to, is there's one for each player here, so I'm the green player. What I do is I start the game off with a green meeple here. Next time when I draw from my bag, I can either switch it out and use this green meeple or play the one I had. And then whatever color's here, I could switch it out later on as well. Just gives you more options when making decisions on the board here. This one attaches to all the corners as you see here, and it's only for gold meeples, so I couldn't put any other player there. It had to be gold. But once I put a gold meeple there, it's like taking a fountain action. But in this case, I could buy from here and this area. I could pick and choose there. Now, once I've chosen this one, this gold meeple will go straight back to the fountain. And only gold meeples can go on the edges here. But again, it gives you more choices when buying cards. The next expansion is the chariot expansion. So remember what I said, whenever you get 2 of the same color by a gate, doesn't matter which gate it is, let's say it was over here, both of these colors have to move back to the fountain, because if there's 2 of the same color, they move back. Well, with the chariot expansion, what you're going to do is put 1 back and put another one here. Now eventually, let's say it fills up to something like this, and so once it gets to 3, all the players have a choice. They can get rid of 1 of their yellow resources to get 1 gold coin, or 2 of their red resources to get 3 coins, or 3 of their blue resources to move up their column track there. Once that's done, all 3 are returned back to the fountain, and you wait to fill it up again. Other expansions are these gold expansions. They're double-sided here, so you can't play with one. You play with one or the other. What this one does is very simple. Once you pay 3 coins, you put these under the gold card, and they have to purchase the gold card first, and then later on they can purchase this if they want to on the same turn, but you have to purchase the gold card that's on top first. What these do is they will multiply a gold or silver at the end of the game. See that times 2? So for instance, that would be 6 points, or if I upgraded it, that would be 12 points at the end of the game. So that's kind of how that works. The other one, again, these would go right underneath here. So once I paid these resources, I could also pay 2 coins and get this. What does this mean? Well, I take my red marker. Red is out of the game now. I can't get any red resources, but whenever I'm supposed to get red resources, instead I'll get coin. So for example, let's say I go here, I would get 1 green and 2 red. So I move up 1 green, but because my red marker's here, I would get 2 coins instead. So just makes your move a little bit more powerful. Another little mini expansion is the purple king here. You would put him on any one of these gates here. And so for instance, let's say I play this red meeple over here. I would get 2 yellow, but since he's here, I get a 3rd yellow because he matches whatever the gate is, and then a red. Now after you've used him, you can move him to any one of the other 3 gates, and that's kind of how he goes. Another expansion is the purple meeple. What you'll do is you'll place this on the 4 victory track here, and once you get to that column area there, you unlock him. Of course, he goes to the middle of the fountain here. But let's say if you picked him and you drew him out of your bag, what you can do on your turn is play him on any one of these areas, and it will copy any other resource. So I could have 2 blue, 1 green, and 1 red. Or maybe it could be 2 red, 1 green, and 1 blue, whatever I wanted. But he's kind of a copycat. Again, you wouldn't remove him from that gate until someone else played a purple there and then move them both back to the center. And those 3 mini expansions. Final thoughts. What do I think about the game? Well, in the 3 games that I got from Miniature Market, this was the 3rd and final one to be added to my collection, and I thought it was super fun. Playing it is very easy. It's not like a bag builder, which is what I kind of thought it would be, but you have several different choices. Either you're going to build up your resources or buy cards. That's basically it. So the game moves really fast. In fact, it says 30 to 60 minutes. I've never had a game go more than 25. I think our first game went 25, and that was with all the expansions and us trying to learn them all. You can play with all the mini expansions at the very beginning. I don't think any one is that big, you know, to understand. The only thing was maybe the Purple King and the Purple Man. Those were expansions that were the most fun for us. But you don't need any of those mini expansions are not like essential. You have to have them. Sure, I'll play with all the mini expansions going forward because it opens up a lot more choices in the game. But did we use the whole switch them out meeple card? I don't think so. I don't think anyone used that. I don't think anyone used the gold corners. And maybe someone did once in one of our games to buy from 2 different areas. Those are good, you know, those are good actions to use. But are they really necessary? Does it enhance the game? No, I felt like it was the same game with or without the mini expansions. That being said, I'd still play with the little mini expansions in it. I'm glad they put them all in here. Fun game, simple game, but boy is this game fast. Like I said, we played 3 games in under an hour and a half. I want to say it was close to just above an hour, you know, because most of our games went 20 minutes. This is with 4 players. 20-minute games. We're going like that. First game was like 25 minutes because we were trying to learn. I put all the mini expansions in at the very beginning. So I think we played all 3 games in an hour or something. I was like, wow, that was kind of wild. But it was a fun game. If you want something, I'd say this is on the little light side here. But the art works well, the game plays easy, and it is something a little unique. You know, not super special, but fun enough for families and for light gamers, which I have several in my group. All right, folks, that's it for now. Until next time, you know what to do. Game on!